Good morning, tubers. Matt M. Roy back again. Back to you on a very cloudy, this is Friday, March 10th of 2017. So, it's terrible to say, guys. I have just been so under the weather the past few days with this cold, and then Mom got the cold after I did, and then now Dad's getting it, so we're just kind of passing it around to each other, but I am feeling much better as of yesterday. Still have a lot of congestion, but I have my energy back, so that is a great thing. Weather news this weekend: snow. They are really mixed as to how much snow we're actually going to get. A low pressure system is sitting off the coast, and that, coupled with the fact that we're getting some Arctic blasts from Canada, mean that we do have a chance to get anywhere between a dusting to 6 inches of snow, and nobody can tell us exactly what they think we're going to get. They don't want to commit themselves to an answer yet, so I almost hope we are going to get the lower end of that, mainly because we don't have a budget to clean the snow anymore. The past couple storms we had this year pretty much wiped out the snow removal budget, so they don't even have a budget to clear the interstates, let alone the primary and secondary roads. And that's gonna be a real problem, because one year, thank God, they were able to move some money around and take it from another area of the government. But in a year before that, when they couldn't get a budget for it, all they did was clear the interstates. I kid you not, they didn't touch the primary or the secondary roads. And unfortunately, that was when we had about a foot of snow, and that's when we were stuck in the house for about 2 weeks, because that was actually before we had the truck. So I don't know. I'm really hoping that we get the lesser amount that they're saying, but I'm not holding my breath. Around here, pretty much anything can happen. Yesterday it was 70-something degrees. Actually, it got up to 74 degrees yesterday. Today it's sitting about 60, and then Sunday when the snow hits, it's supposed to be like in the 20s. So go figure that weather, guys. I'm telling you, if you like consistent weather, do not move to Virginia, because if you don't like the weather here, all you got to do is wait about 5 minutes, and that is a absolutely true Virginia slogan. Oh, excuse me, guys. A couple things I want to update you on. Two trips we're going to be taking. I've already talked to you guys about me going across country and meeting my parents in Vegas, and that is still on. I'm actively looking for cheap plane tickets. So if any of you guys know of a good airline that I can take out, it's probably going to be sometime the end of May, beginning of June. We're not exactly sure yet, but if you guys know of any good deals, tickets that I can get from here to Vegas, I'd really appreciate it. And then what I'm going to have to do is, actually, I can't even fly back out of Vegas, because we're actually going to end the trip somewhere near my uncle's in Sonora, California. So I'm probably going to be flying out of San Diego. So I'm going to be flying into Vegas, bumming around, Nevada and California for a couple weeks, and I'm going to be flying out of San Jose. So any of my subscribers out there, may be former travel agents, current travel agents, maybe work for an airline, please put some information down there for me if you can, because I'm trying to get the cheapest ticket as possible, basically. I know it's not going to be a cheap flight, but I'm trying to save some money in the long run. And in the shorter term, we are planning a trip up to basically where my aunt lives. My aunt lives in a little town called Maine, New York, but we're actually going to take the trailer up, and we're going to camp for my aunt's birthday party. And that's going to happen probably sometime in April. We're not exactly sure the date, once again, because we want to be up there for her birthday, which coincidentally is on Easter, but we don't know how much we want to stay before or after that, and we're still kind of in the early stages of planning that. Thank God we actually found a campground up in that area that's open April 1st, which is very rare, because this is northwestern New York, and basically even in April you have chances of having some pretty cold weather and even possibly snow. But it's a really nice campground. It's in an area called Harperville, New York. It's about 12 miles away from where the rest of the family lives, which is fine. I have no problems driving to meet my uncle at his house or my aunt at hers. But it's a really cool campground. They have drive-through or pull-through sites, which is what we absolutely need for our big trailer. I mean, theoretically we can do the back-end sites. That's what we did in when we went down to Manio and the Outer Banks, but it was not fun. I have to get on the walkie-talkie radio with Dad, and I have to talk him in, so the pull-through sites are an absolute gem compared to what we had to do there. They have full hookups. They have sewer, they have electric, and they have water, and they have 30 amp electric service, which is very important because when we went down to Manio, they wanted to put us at a site that only had 15 amp service, and that wasn't going to be enough because our trailer has an electric fireplace that we actually use. We actually depend on to help heat the trailer on the cold nights, and with the 15 amp service, it was just not enough. Matter of fact, I can tell you it's not enough because that's what we have going into the trailer now from our house. And if we're running, say, the fireplace and the blower motor for the central heat in the trailer, trips the circuit breaker just like that. So yeah, it's really a nice campground. It's situated on a lake, and we can even get a weekly rate there. I was looking at the rates the other day, and thankfully the rates for this is what they call a pre-season or a drive-through season that starts April 1st. The full season starts like in May, and what's really cool about us going before the full season starts is you get the pre-season rates, which are quite a bit cheaper. I think we can get a weekly rate there, so 7 days for about $200, and that's probably how long we're actually going to have to stay there. So things are coming together. Been very, very busy lately, but we're making it work. Well, I am here at the thrift store. I'm going to go check in there. They have not put much of anything out. I apologize. I know you guys miss my thrift store score or thrift store haul videos. They just haven't had enough good stuff. I mean, the stuff I've been finding, like the other day, I picked up an old clapper. I know you guys saw that one. And I do want to show you guys that music box, though, because that was really, really cool. I know I meant to do that the other day, but with a cold, my mind's just been very cloudy. I'm going to pause the video for a few minutes, and I'll pick it up when I get back out. Talk to you shortly. All right, tubers. Well, nothing too great at the thrift store, and pretty much what I expected. Did find a brand new HP mouse, for $1.98. You can tell it's brand new because it still got the, well, it still had the twist tie. Now it's all falling apart. But I just found out about something that I'm shocked I wasn't aware of already. There is a new thrift store that opened up fairly close to me. It's a Goodwill, and it's in Portsmouth, which is not that far from me at all. So I figured, have some extra time this morning. I don't need to be back until about 2 or 3 this afternoon for an appointment. Figured, let's go ahead and check it out. I found out about this last night. I was on the Channel 13 News, and the first store in there was new Goodwill thrift store in Portsmouth, and I had no idea because they've had one in this area before. It was an old converted Eckerd Drug, and you know, it wasn't huge, but it was nice, and I guess they needed something even bigger. So this one, definitely gonna go check it out. So I'm gonna head over there. I don't know if they're gonna let me film in there. I'm pretty sure they're not, so I probably we'll have to play it by ear, but I'll talk to you guys in a few. All right, tubers. Well, here is the new Goodwill store in Portsmouth, and as you can see, the old one was right there, so it is almost literally right across the street. But this is quite a bit bigger than the old one was. Very interesting. I don't even remember what was here originally. But let's go in and see what kind of goodies we can find. Show you guys a little bit of the front here. Opening March 9th, so yeah, this thing literally opened yesterday. I'm going to try to film a little bit. If they have a problem with it, I'll have to stop. Well, that didn't really pan out too well. They were blasting the music in there, and I mean blasting. And that coupled with all the people in there, you wouldn't be able to hear me anyway. But interesting store. Like I said, definitely bigger than the other one. I'm kind of glad that they built it. And I did wind up picking up a couple of interesting items. So there is going to be a little bit of a thrift store haul for you guys on this vlog. I know quite a bit of you guys like that. First thing I found is this Dell 90 watt. Yeah, this is the 90 watt power brick for pretty much all of the later Dell computers. So the Optiplexes, not the Optiplex, the Latitudes, the Precisions, all of those laptops. I think even the Vostros use these. But I mean, this thing's like absolutely brand new, and I paid a whopping $3.25 for it. So that was a killer deal. I can even use this with my own laptop, but mine doesn't necessarily need a 90 watt. Mine will work with the with a 60 watt adapter. So probably save this for something in the future. And the second thing I bought there was something kind of interesting. I haven't seen these in a while. These came with Gateway computers back in the day. And I remember when I worked at Best Buy, actually selling computers that these particular speakers came with. They actually sound pretty good. They're actually powered by the USB port. So you plug the green one, of course, into your audio port, and then you just plug this into one of the available USB ports, and the speakers are powered right off the USB ports. These things are great for laptops. Even though they came with desktops, these things were fantastic because you could literally just throw these in your laptop bag, and if your laptop, like mine, has speakers that are almost inaudible, you could just plug this into the laptop's, headphone port and one into the USB port, and boom, you have some really, really nice external speakers. And I gave a whopping, let's see, what was this? $3.25 for this one, too. So, yeah, not a bad deal. They didn't have a lot in there today. It looks like they're trying to fill up the store. I'm not really surprised because, like I said, they've only been open for a day. And I know yesterday they had tons of people here, so whatever they did stock, probably half of it sold. One thing that was kind of interesting is this one has tons of computers for sale. But as most of you guys probably know, Goodwill refurbishes the computers themselves, so there's really no great deals to be had there. They probably pretty much do the same thing that I do. So it was interesting to see them, though. They had a Dell Precision laptop. It was a decent one, probably from like around 2007. It had a Core 2 Duo, 4 gigs of RAM, a 320 gig hard drive, but they wanted like $200 for it, and to me that's just too much money, especially for a 10-year-old laptop. Well, I have a few more thrift stores I want to look at, and I do need to run by a friend's house that I just found out she had been taken ill with bronchitis and was actually in the hospital yesterday, and I didn't even know she was there. So probably going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to pause the vlog for now. We'll see what the rest of the day brings, and I'll talk to you a little later. Wow, guys, I know I've said before how dangerous rubbernecking is. Well, what I just saw kind of proved my point. I was getting on the highway, or about to get on the highway from Victory Boulevard in Portsmouth, and I was watching, there was a Isuzu, I think it was like one of those rodeos that rear-ended a Honda Accord, and the guys were sitting there. You could see all the antifreeze had fallen out onto the street from the rodeo, and I was waiting to make the turn, and all of a sudden I heard, well, wouldn't you know it, another car that had been probably doing the same thing I was. Now, I was safe to rubberneck because I couldn't do anything. I was actually waiting to make a left turn, but this guy was driving, and he actually missed the car that was stopping in front of him, who was also going to rubberneck, so basically slammed right into the back of him. So you guys really got to be careful when you're doing that. Rubbernecking, I think by definition, is basically looking at an accident when you shouldn't be. Basically like when you're driving and you need to keep an eye on the road. Well, just proves my point, right, guys? It's unbelievable. Luckily, everybody was okay. I mean, I saw all four of them. The accident that happened before and the one that had just happened when they got out of the car. They were walking okay. The guy in front, I think, you could tell his neck was a little sore. He was kind of holding it like this, but just goes to show you, do not rubberneck. It's not worth it. You're going to wind up getting yourself into an accident and it's causing a lot more of a mess. I just wanted to say that real quick. I thought that that bared reiterating. Well, I'm heading home right now. I went to one of the other thrift stores. The only other thing I picked up was this right here. This is just like a little external DVD burner. Got this thing for a couple of bucks. Nothing too crazy. I do have to get a power adapter for it, but I think I may actually have one at home. If not, I'll actually talk to my buddy Jeff, see if he's got one for it. Well, I'm going to be home in a few minutes. We'll see what the rest of the day brings, and I will talk to you in a little bit. Oh, all right. Well, these bulbs certainly do help in here. I'm getting a lot better lighting than I did before. I'm going to end the vlog here for today. This is pretty much all I had to talk about. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.